Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is the ARES M320 40mm Airsoft grenade launcher. Let's do this.
This is another Airsoft mic production.
Yes, sir. This is another one of those boxes that I found in my storage. I bought this in 2020. It's brand new. I have never opened this, okay? So it's brand new in the box, but I personally purchased this in 2020. Can't remember how much. Can't remember where from. Google is your friend. Now, let's get it open. I believe this also comes in tan. So the first thing we are greeted with, yes, is this little ARES card. Gives you some brief information on the model, and of course on the back a QR code for the instruction manual. Okay, so I believe there's a model out of late where you can get this bad boy in a nice sort of deluxe carry case, but I don't need that. Right, so, oh, would you look at this, baby? Come on. Oh, I feel a lot of metal going on here. Come on. Oh, and that's not it. There's something else. There's a bag of something. I can see what looks like a pin and what feels like, I tell you what, I'll just get it out. Right, what have we got here? Okay, so there's a screw. Screw number 2, a pin, and these 2 metal pieces. Now, I had a quick scan of that QR code to look at the manual. And I'll tell you this for nothing. These Airsoft manufacturers, well, some of them, a lot of them, they're really working my last nerve. Why do they insist on supplying instruction manuals that only goes part way? I mean, what's that? I think it's literally the only industry that keeps doing that. They either put a generic manual in, or they put a fairly okay manual, but don't explain what these parts are for. They must assume that everyone should know what they're for.
Nope.
No. Right, no bother. What I'll do now is show you around this beautiful piece. Absolutely loving how this looks. Come on. It's not often I unbox something like this. It's not my first rodeo. Those of you that have been on this journey with me since I started my channel will know I did another variant of this for my Scar. But anyway, today it's all about this awesome, gruesome looking Airsoft shower thingamabob. Now, you know I was talking about these pieces here. The only thing I can think of is going to have something to do with when you're sticking this on one of your primaries. So, apart from it being a standalone BB shower, there's your big clue. It's got its own stock. You can also rock this bad boy on your primary. Now, let's have a look at the stock itself. So right here, as you can see at the back of the stock, some nice deep grooves. So it makes it very grippy. And surprisingly enough, it's got a nice rubberized texture to it. Very nice. Right here, you've got your sling point. And if you're looking at this awesome piece from above, you can see here or appreciate how this works, because right there is the rest of the stock, and by pressing down on this you can extend said stock. Nice. Okay, and there it is in all its glory. Now, if you do want to put this bad boy on one of your primaries, well, you can remove the stock completely. I'll just quickly show you. So how I managed to get it off, because the manual, it really wasn't that clear. But anyway, I pressed on that, and then at the front of the stock, I simultaneously pulled up on this bad boy right here. I don't know, to be fair to ARES, it did show an arrow indicating that piece right there, which is your stock release, and then another arrow pointing up right above this general area, but not specifically. I don't know, maybe it did show it, but it just wasn't too clear for me. Right, and this isn't the easiest of things to get off. Hold on, I can do this. There you go, who's your uncle? Come on. And then looking at this bad boy, you can appreciate how the lower rail of your primary will just slide on in right down there. And remember these metal pieces, there's 2 of them, and I said that the manual doesn't say what they are or what they are for. To give the manual 2 out of 10 for at least showing them in situ, looking at the manual, it shows these sitting here like that, and the other one sitting down the bottom like that. And of course, the hole that you have in both of these, you would put that big pin that I showed you through them. But it still doesn't say what they're for. I can only presume it is some sort of retention when you are putting this bad boy on a primary. Anyway, let's continue. Now, back to this baby. Right here, you got your selector switch. Right here, oh, 2 positions by the way, as you can see, safe and fire. And right here, you got your real worldy markings. And right here, you've got more markings. Ironically, it's telling you to refer to the owner's manual. And guess what? It's amazing how lighting and camera angles can deceive you. This is how magicians get away with a lot of their stuff, you know. Anyway, believe it or not, there's a serial number right here. But you can't see it because of how the lighting is. Now, if I put my hand near it, it might change the lighting situation. Hold on. No, it's not. Oh, there you go. Did you see that? There, look. There. There's your serial number. And as we move down, you have your barrel release right there. And you've got a very cool looking foldable foregrip. Kind of reminding me of the Mike Papa 7's foregrip. Nice. And right there, you've got your release for said foregrip. And just above that, you can see your lower rail. And then what could possibly be the most simplest, plainest grip I've ever seen in my life. And a big old flat trigger. Oh, and by the way, when I said that was your release for the grip, that's when it's already deployed. And when you want to put it back, you can't just fold it like that because it locks. So you just pull down on that little bad boy and Bob's your uncle. Now, let's get to the other side where it gets a bit more interesting. Now, I bet you thought I meant the other side. No, not yet. I meant the front side, because right here at the business end, you've got your barrel cap, which is nicely retained by this bit of wire right here. And of course, you've got your hinge system right there for when you release the barrel. And then of course, you've got the coolest of sights on this bad boy. You can see the numbering right there. It goes from 50 to 350. And of course, based on the leaf sight, you can pull that bad boy up like that. And that right there. Come on, how epic and plain does that look? But it ain't plain when you look at it from this side.
Groovy.
Come on! How awesome does that look? Now, of course, let's keep it real here. This is Airsoft, so you're not going to really get them sort of distances. But it looks the part, and that's the main thing. Especially for movie making. Nice. Now, as we move to this side, it looks a bit more plainer on this side, but trust me, this is where all the action happens, okay? So, as you can see there, it's got an ambidextrous selector switch. Let's see how this feels. See if we get a nice click. You know I love a click. Come on. Oh, very muffled. Let's do that again. Let's go back up. Listen up. Oh, almost silent. Okay, let's go back down again. Yeah, it's a bit of a thump, a very muffled, subdued thump, but you definitely know it's in place. And I suppose that's the main thing. Right, let's get that barrel open. So what we need to do is just press on that button I showed you earlier. Oh yeah, oh my gosh, I was looking for a click. This gave me a smack. That was loud. I didn't expect it to come out so quickly. And very snappy like that. I love it, I love it, I love it. I love it so much, I want to do it again. Only thing though, I seem to be missing something. Come on, look at the size of that bad boy. Now if you're thinking, come on Airsoft Mike, that's not fair. My one's not as long as yours. Never fair, because even if yours is short and stumpy like this, it doesn't matter. They all essentially do the same thing, as long as they can fit down that bad boy. And by the way, you're not limited to these. There's all sorts of different types of muscats that you can get, but I'm just going to use the BB ones today. They all fit in there. As long as they're 40mm, they will fit in this bad boy. And as long as they are not the Tokyo Marui ones, oh As long as they're not the Tokyo Marui ones, we're all good to go, because the Tokyo Marui ones work on a completely different system, although it looks almost identical to this ARES launcher. Basically, with the Marui one, you put the gas directly into the launcher. With these bad boys, you put them right in here. Look, there's your valve there, and there's a valve on the top of that one. Nice. Right, here, look. This is the one I'm going to use today. Fits in there nicely, and you just close it up and we're ready to rumble. But I'm not ready to rumble because I just want to show you. I love the way that opens. But even the little baby one fits in there like that. Brilliant. But again, I'm not quite ready to rumble because I have made an executive decision to use this one and not the big boy over there. Reason being, I'm going to do a test indoors right here in this studio where there's going to be multiple BBs propelled from this bad boy, and the last thing I want is one or two rogue ones. I can't afford for one or two rogue ones to bounce, bounce, bounce and then hit the bad boy right there that you're watching me through. So the fewer the BBs, the better for me. Decisions. Should I just stick to my go-to? Or should I try something a little different? A little bit more power? I don't know, because, correct me if I'm wrong, what gas you use shouldn't really have any bearing or detrimental effects on this launcher. Because effectively, all this is doing is pushing a little button at the back of one of these muscarts. So all the stress, if there's any, or all the power has to be handled by these, not the actual unit itself. So it really shouldn't matter which one of these bad boys I use, and don't be fooled by the colours of the cans, because unlike this brand right here, all the others tend to just put whatever colour they want, not relating to what type of gas is in them. Okay, so we know this is red gas for sure, we know that's green gas, and this one they're called blue gas because obviously the blue writing, but it is a white can. But then you've got this, and then you've got the Predator 144A, and then you've got green gas in our black can, which I thought would have been black gas, if there's any such thing, yes. And then you've got this is also green gas. But you know what, I'm just going to err on the side of caution and just use what I'm used to. Nice. What gases do you use? And here's another one for you, a little dilemma for you. Let's see what answers you put in the comment section. What comes first, the chicken? No, what comes first, the gas or the BBs? Do you put the gas in first and then fill up each of these holes with the BBs? But what if you accidentally press that button on the bottom, because that will set it off, yeah, whilst you're putting the BBs in and there's already gas in there? Or would it be safer to put the BBs in first and then the gas? Comment down below. Personally, I'm going to put the gas in first. Why? Because once I get the gas in, I'm going to sit this down on here, making sure that that button isn't pressed, okay? And as long as you got it on there, it shouldn't go off. But if you're holding it like that and shoving the BBs in, you've got to make sure that your fingers don't touch anywhere. Here. So for the purpose of today's video and good practice, I'm going to keep this bad boy on a flat surface whilst I put the gas and the BBs in. And I'm also going to make sure I've got iPro on. Do you know what? I think it's safe to say that's already got gas in it. So let's do this. Now you can use your hands to do this, or should I say your fingers, but it's easier just using one of these. And you just fill these up to your heart's content. Now you could fill each one of these ports up right to the brim with BBs, but the problem with that is, as soon as you turn it any old way, they're just going to fall out. So what I've done is I've only filled them up as far as this O-ring right here will keep the BBs in. So for example, if you look down there, you can see it now has BBs, and if I turn it upside down, nothing falls out. Right, here goes. So for the first time ever, I've taken the cap off. Okay, no cap. Still on safe note. Here goes. Take it off safe. Wait, let me do that again. Okay, let's do that again. Come on! How cool or tactical does that look? How bad Alpha Sierra Sierra does this look? You know you wanted to see it on the HK4160. Come on, the 416D, come on! A match made in Airsoft heaven. So there you go, people. This is the ARES M320. It is absolutely awesome. Oh, and just in case I didn't let you know, the metal parts include the entire barrel system, the rail system, other parts too, the parts that attach to one of your primaries, that's all metal. Your trigger, your grip, the lower receiver, the foregrip, the sight system, polymer. Man, I think I just found my new go-to for gameplay. Yeah. This setup right here. I'll probably stick an optics on top. Ooh, that's naughty. Yeah, this is nice. And as nice as this looks, it's not about this whole setup, which is my new go-to for gameplay. Really, it's really about this. As nice as it looked, this bad boy on its own is awesome. It's got a bit of weight to it, yeah? Now, I said certain parts were polymer. Some sites say nylon fiber. Whatever, still plastic. But yeah, good chunk of metal on there too. Well, here we go. I've got another alert. A massive, huge bumper, family-sized thank you once again to Alpen56. Really appreciated. And then we've got, is that Qster, Quaister? Anyway, I'm just going to say Quaister123. You can see the name up on the screen. Thank you so much. Really appreciated. And one of my executive producers decided to tip me also on top of already being a level 3 supporter. Thank you so much, Batman206WRC. And a huge thank you also to Bogdan Sorin Papa. Wow, you people rock. Thank you so much. So there you go, people. I hope you enjoyed today's video. A little different to the norm. Absolutely love this beast. You can get it in tan. I say tan, it's a bit of a mix of tan and black, but I prefer this colour. Yeah, absolutely awesome. Oh, I'm gonna have to get a new backdrop soon. This one's looking a bit creasy, especially down there. But hold on, once you put the lights on, doesn't that disappear? Hold on. Hell yeah, it does. 98% I would say. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. Oh, by the way, here's a little extra piece I have left to the very end of the video. Only my loyal viewers that watch all of my video deserves to see this because you support me, so I'm gonna support you. So, here's a good reason why you put the gas in first before you put the BBs in, and this is in my personal opinion. This particular muscat is faulty, okay? BBs are in. Watch what happens. Are you ready for this? I've got my eye protection on. Watch what happens if I try to put gas in a faulty muscat. In fact, let me just hold this back because I don't want it to smash my phone. You see that? As soon as I put gas in, BBs went flying out of it because it's faulty.